The Two Eyes, copyright 2021 by Vinson, Ballard. Publication content: The Two Eyes poem, the Initiative of Interest participant summary involvement sheets. The Two Eyes poem. Initiatives for this, initiatives for that, initiatives for these, those, them, and could this how be an awesome wow? With dedication, genuine blood, sweat, tears, productivity, resources, and life-sustaining equity for years. From the steps of peacemaking and healing master plan of civilized cultural information, pronounced TSOPAHMOCCI and spelled TSOPAHMOCCI, the national humanitarian effort from 2021 and beyond, named from two legendary humanitarian contributing individuals who touched many lives, legacies, longevities, lights, sights, rights, through human decency and sacred divine heights. These initiatives are approaches as strategies, and its interest speaks to one's attention, voice, and motivation. From the initiative's perspective, they both wisely graced in their coexistence for more than 100 years, from the trying 1800s through the 1900s. One would live to get 110 years old, and some have even suggested that she lived to get 114, as I have been told. Not just bold and witnessed those who looked like her having been sold, and she outlived the systemic racist system of fool's gold, inhumane policies, and its whole. She had come from Alabama, from her mother Emily and father Abe. Her daughter Susie said that she had 12 brothers who were proud warriors, red-tailed Black Creek Indians, and further native black. They had each other backs through the trying storms without hesitation and false slack. The epitome of multitasking at a higher level of wisdom, divinity, and being in touch with nature. Known as the Root Lady and Healer, that would come and help many and more. A blacksmith, bodyguard, distinguished mother of a church, big mama, grandmother, great-grandmother, relative, resident, community neighbor, and more. Her divine universal energy still exists through those that continue and employ her truth, her justice, her righteousness, her reciprocity, her balance, her harmony, and her order, not merely wasting time and saying sort of. So, this initiative of the steps of peacemaking and healing master plan of civilized cultural information is named in honor of this awesome humanitarian contributor named Mama Kelly, with humbling divine further order. That is why this initiative is an acronym that wears her name as M making, A all, M meaningful, A attempts, C continue, A amplifying, L longevity, L loving, I individuals, E encouragingly. And She left a standard as an honorable ancestor that we can follow through this national humanitarian effort as the steps of peacemaking and healing master plan of Civilized Cultural Information 2021 towards the willing participant using this approaching a kind of second sound immediate goals, strategies, adaptations, and adjustments to some of life's modern day realities on a day by day assessment, view, cue, acknowledgement, and not an abolishment, and an example of what intolerable meant, was sent, bent, had a dent, and was even sometimes lent. Not through mere abuses, excuses, and misuses, but class, dignity, commitment, consideration, and Christian likeness vibrations. So, this initiative can be very helpful to what is before us, like Mama Kelly. Not just a tally or even making excuses and further hiding out in an alley. Not just tipping toe through a tulip, because nature and natural is to divinity and divine. Therefore, this opportunity to use this initiative could be a blessing within a day, like the Honorable Mama Kelly. It could last potentially because one is ready. Two, could also be steady. One's immediate goals are inevitable, and this universal energy, including Mama Kelly, is available. Ready can have longevity and waiting for you to participate, not hesitate, agitate, intimidate, instigate, but be a part of duplicating this universal energy that she was a part of, presented, represented, brought forward, lived, and served. Now it is our time to not be merely disturbed, perturbed, but to likewise participate. The next initiative comes forward from the same two eyes of the Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information, or TSOPAHMOCCI, the National Humanitarian Effort. This initiative has been brought forward with continuity as with Mama Kelly and now on Easter. Tirelessly work together for the greater good of their families, communities, and the likes of their universal energy, connection, and divine might. The same continuity as with the early referenced Mama Kelly and at or about 110 years also carried Aunt Easter to an amazing 102 years of grace and mercy and even a kind of a nursery. Aunt Easter's legacy sets a kind of standard for this initiative and more. For certain, it establishes the momentum towards willing participants approaching and asserting the necessary intermediate and long-range goals. As with her humbling life of the 102 years, she demonstrated the commitment, consideration, and foundation of, for sure, motivation that would last for years, generations, and through many joys and tears. This is further why this initiative is named in her honor of her as an acronym: A, anticipating, U, unified, N, needs, T, together, E, essentially, A, assuring, S, systemic, T, togetherness, E, engaging, R, reality. Therefore, anticipating unified goals together, as with the first part of this acronym of AUNT, brings the needed focus to the willing participant pursuing the necessary intended goals needed for survival, as an humbling example. On Easter was a rude person, healer, missionary, raised her deceased sister's child as her own after her sister transitioned while her nephew was a mere infant. Even after her husband passed and her nephew, she continued this kind of humanitarian commitment. That is why the second part of the acronym of the second initiative of Easter, or E, essentially, A, assuring, S, systemic, T, togetherness, E, engaging our reality. It makes available the possibility of the willing participant putting wiser actions into approaching long-range goals. With regard to this national humanitarian effort entitled The Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information, yes, the steadiness, readiness of these very honorable elders who are now honorable ancestors sets the atmosphere for this strategy to be used to help the communities and families alike, just as they did. Worked together, anticipated together, participated together, grew as a community of divine creations or divine beings having a divine human experience together with one another. The two initiatives are named after two individuals who made honorable choices with universal voices. Honorable neighbors, honorable family members, honorable individuals who respected the shoulders that they stood on, continued on, was committed to the greater good as with the Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information, 2021, that was divinely passed down. An opportunity to work together in human decency like Mama Kelly and on Easter would want us to exist for a better tomorrow, a better togetherness, better thoughtfulness, within the two eyes of initiative, interest, possibilities, excitement, joy, for rising to the occasion, this occasion, for your participation and persuasion. Copyrights 2021 by Vinson, Ballard. Initiative of Interest Participant Summary Involvement Sheet, page 1. Note, complete the following before participation in TSOPAHMOCCI 2021. TSOPAHMOCCI Tool Helper, TSOPAHMOCCI Participant Creed, where the participant gets summary sheet, Countering Systemic Racism, Unity Building Sensitivity Training Sheet, Countering Systemic Racism, Unity Building Sensitivity Training Schedule Sheet, 13 Recommended Reference Areas of Engagement Listings, Date Helper Sheet, Designated Initiatives. Page 2. Note, familiarize its issues, rules, analysis, and conclusion, IRAC considerations through the following presentations. Number 1, TSOPAHMOCCI pronounced TSOPAHMOCCI, 28 minutes, 52 seconds. Number 2, TSOPAHMOCCI Order of Information, 33 minutes, 22 seconds. Number 3, Spring Thing 2021, TDF-FD TWA, 29 minutes and 46 seconds. Number 4, Spring Thing 2021, TDF-FD Training Video, 24 minutes, 29 seconds. Number 5, CRCCLM Critical Resiliency, Continuity Consideration Level HEPR, 9 minutes, 32 seconds. Number 6, to the leadership audience beforehand, 4 minutes, 29 seconds. And number 7, Rising 1 Million, 18 minutes and 55 seconds. All videos may be found on the YouTube channel under Vinson Ballard. Peace and blessings always. And I hope that this really helps us towards the greater good and the betterment of all humanity.